Welcome back to Bobby and JJ Radio. This is Brian's show partner filling in for Mr. JJ Garina. He'll be back next week. But we have the wonderful Miss Nicole Nava Cortes with us today. Thanks for hanging out.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Excited to have you. Yeah. So you're hanging out with us. You are with San Antonio Spirit.
That's correct.
That's right. And how long have you been with San Antonio Spirit?
So we've been open for 4 years now. So June of 2015 is when we opened.
So tell us how you started. What got you here?
So I've always coached cheerleading and dance for years. I've done cheer since I was a little kid. I started like in Pop Warner, if you guys ever heard of that.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm very passionate about teaching the kids. I love the sport. And now that All-Star cheerleading's really taken off, I decided to open my own facility.
Are you going to leave out the best part?
The best part, I'm assuming you're saying that I was a former NBA dancer?
No, let's talk about that. I was thinking so you were a Spurs cheerleader, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And what year was that?
I danced for the Spurs 99, 2000, and 2000, 2001. 2 seasons.
And when they did the reunion, you were part of that too, right?
Yeah, that was our 25th reunion, so that was now 2 years ago.
So you still got it?
I'd like to think that I do. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to have to demonstrate, but I think I do.
It's radio, so it would only help us. But yeah, makes sense, man. So so you did that. How does one work up to that? Being an NBA, I mean, just is it competition? Eventually,
Did you know
just get
someone?
to a certain level.
Did you know someone?
Why can't she just do it on her skill set, Bobby?
Did I know
Maybe she knew Popovich. Who knows?
I mean, I trained, I worked, and so it was something I always wanted to do. And at the time, I used to work for a cheerleading studio where the original choreographer and director for the Silver Dancers owned it. So I was a student of hers. And then that's just kind of how I worked up to
So the
auditioning.
student is now a teacher.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's great. Well, I mean, you think about it, right? It's like everyone wants to kind of excel at that high level and be like on the main stage, in the glory, in the lights. And
right.
I would think that, if you're doing dance or cheer or something, it's aside from Dancing with the Stars. What? No, I'll be there one day. I got to be a star first. But, it's like you jump into, major league sports. I mean, I think that's kind of like the Super Bowl, right? That's like the big thing, that dream job for a lot of those
Yeah,
folks.
I would say that's probably like the pinnacle of it all. Yeah.
Have any of your students been able to make it to that level?
Yeah, so absolutely. Like even the staff currently that works for me at my facility, I have a lot of former Silver Dancers. One of them who particularly runs our dance program. And then we have like some former Team Energy people also
That's
who
me.
are coached. Yeah, so
I used to be on Team Energy.
So tell us what Team Energy is.
Oh, and I'm sorry, this is Ruben. Tell us who
Yes.
My voice
my name
just
is
comes on the
Ruben
radio.
Valdez. I work alongside Nicole at San Antonio Spirit, but I used to be on Team Energy as well. But it's funny to see. I always heard Nicole's stories of the Spurs, and the excitement and everything that comes with working along any
At that level.
NBA
Yeah.
at that level. And so then I joined and. It's weird because we're so close, and so I kind of went. No, I wasn't a silver dancer, right? But
you wanted to be though,
right.
But
Yeah.
but it was funny because all the stories I would tell her, she lived the same. Nothing changes over years. 'Cause it's something
Same
that's
thing. Yeah. So you talked about your staff. What does your staff consist of at your company?
So, I mean, we have anywhere from our administrative staff to our tumbling coaches. We have our dance coaches, and then we have our all-star cheer coaches.
How many do you have
We
on
have about
staff?
25 all together.
Coaches?
It's not too big. Well,
just
staff
staff
altogether.
together, yeah.
Staff altogether.
Yeah.
And your kids range from what to what?
As early as 4 years old, as long as they're potty trained, all the way up to all
That
the way
has to be a must.
It does. It absolutely does. Up all the way till 18, but currently now we even have 2 open teams. So we have a cheer team and a dance team that's open division, which is 18 and up.
So what all can somebody learn when they sign up for classes?
Anything and everything. It depends what they want to do. So if they want to do tumbling classes, then they're going to learn all the basics and fundamentals of, it's kind of like floor tumbling. In gymnastics, there's floor tumbling. That's what the cheerleading portion of tumbling is at my gym. So, yeah.
Is there like a too old? I'm just thinking to myself, like,
Are you
what about
trying to start?
What about a 36-year-old, like 290-pound man? Like, could I jump in?
You probably could if you can hold some stunts
You can be a
up.
base.
You can be a
Could.
base.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty agile.
How do you know the lingo? Wow.
Hey,
Are you getting educated?
I know
somewhere?
cheerleaders.
All right, cool. So with that being said, yeah. And now let's talk about San Antonio Spirit in general. Like, what separates you from your competition? Because there's, like you said, the cheer squad, the companies are out. There's a lot of them out there. It's becoming
really
real big. What separates you guys? What makes you different?
Well, we like to think that it's because of the passion that we pour into the kids. Everyone, as long as you've got the desire to learn, we'll teach you. We don't just, it doesn't matter what level they are. I think the other thing is that we try to train like good adults in society versus just great athletes. So, I mean, our staff is very passionate. I mean, Ruben can probably speak
Yeah,
on
I
that
think
too.
that she's being also a little politically correct as far as like we pride ourselves on like just having integrity, right? Because
Yeah.
across any sport you come across, I mean, football, basketball,
Yeah.
soccer, track, anything that pertains to any type of sport, there's always that one team that stands out, regardless of the wins, regardless of the placements or what bowls they make it to. They're always like looked at as the prize team, and that's what I feel like San Antonio.
So you guys
Spurs
are like
do.
the Patriots of cheerleading.
Calm down.
What?
We'd like
You
to
guys don't. So you don't have competition, is what it sounds like.
You think she's being too modest, Ruben?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what it was?
that's what
She
I'm
was being
thinking.
way too
well,
modest.
it sounds like
we're pretty
We're in a league of
competitive.
we are competitive, but we're in I just want to say like I think we're in a league of our own in a sense of like we
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's the goal. He
Like
was my
like
student.
Nicole said, we're so focused and have like a tunnel vision of making sure the kids, like she just had a meeting with the kid yesterday about her future and what was gonna take place at college tryouts, and so we're so focused on that. Everything else is like it's a cherry
so
on top.
if parents are out there listening and they want their kids to take cheerleading or dance classes and they want this to be something big and something great and take it as far as they can, it has to be San
At
Antonio
San
Spirit.
Antonio.
And it's not even just that. It's you're teaching fundamental life, basically life lessons
Absolutely.
that they're going to have and be able to use. So even if they become a doctor or they become a veterinarian, it's like they're still going to be able to call back on some of the stuff that they learned.
Well, a
at San Antonio
veterinarian is
Spirit.
still a doctor.
Well,
just a doctor of animals.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
this
to
is
downgrade
true.
any vets out there. But with that being said, I did want to ask you too, like, what are some events you guys have coming up in the future? Is there anything that big going on people can check out?
Yes, well, what we have big going on this weekend, actually, we'll be traveling to Dallas for a huge national competition. It's our biggest national. It's like the peak of it. So our All-Star program's going there. Currently, I mean, we usually do bring back a few titles. But aside from that, like looking for anybody who wants to join, we have our athlete evaluation clinic. So that's kind of how they join our facility and they join our competitive program. And that's happening in May. So we still have like a few months to go because once we get back from our national season, we also have a team that we take to Worlds and all of this. And so once we get back, then
What
everybody.
is Worlds?
So Worlds is in Disney World, and it's for level 5 and 6 teams, which we currently are one of 2 facilities in San Antonio that houses a Worlds team, but we actually have dance and cheer Worlds team. So we go and you're going up against everyone
world,
in the
literally.
world. It's not just like this weekend is in the country, but when we go in April, it is literally in the world.
So it's like the Olympics of cheerleading.
It is. It's like that entry level of Olympics because they are trying to take All-Star to that level to Olympics. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we want to thank Nicole Nava Cortes for hanging out with us and
Absolutely, it
her
was fun.
partner in crime, Ruben, over here hanging out.
Definitely is.
San Antonio Spirit, if you guys want to see more information, visit. You can also see information about upcoming events. Just go to sanantoniospirit.com or you can reach them at 210-562-3169. Again, that's sanantoniospirit.com or at 210-562-3169. We'll be right back with more Bobby and JJ Radio.